Assalamu alaikum class, and welcome to another episode of Things That I Recently Learned World Cup Edition. So guys, I'm going to need you to cut me some slack on these photos. I literally had to extract them off of Google Images because I know you guys are very visual learners and I am a very considerate teacher. Now, it is a very known fact. We've all been seeing the World Cup referees giving out yellow cards like it's actual candy. Habibi, Oprah Winfrey style. You get a yellow card, matter of fact, you all get a yellow card. And sadly, on top of the candy tournament right now is literally the English team with 4 of their players already having a yellow card right before their match against Norway tomorrow night. Now, Mark Gahey, Jude Bellingham, Nico O'Reilly, and Declan Rice, all of them have a yellow card. And let's say, hypothetically, England beats Norway in tomorrow's match, and any of these players get another yellow card, England is not going to have these players play in the semifinals if England is able to beat the Norwegian team. Now, I have a personal take as Sumaya, yeah? A lot of people have been very comfortable and confident in saying that England is easily going to be the Norwegian team, and I think you guys need to sit this one out. Like, you need to watch the match. Hopefully it's a very interesting match, because have you guys seen how the Norwegian players were actually playing, or how the Norwegian team was playing? Personally, I actually don't care who wins at this point, as long as Argentina does not win. Oh, we're going to be fine. Now, I knew that FIFA had a lot of new rules, but I genuinely, to be very honest with you, I didn't understand this whole yellow card rule until I sat down, did some research, and I kind of understood what's going on. So let me tell you. Now, class, the very obvious question that I had to ask myself was, Sumay, before you even learn about the new rule, do you know how the old rule used to work? So basically, the old yellow card rule in the World Cup was a player had to avoid getting 2 yellow cards by the time the quarterfinals match finished. So from the first match, which is in the group stage, up until the quarterfinals, if a player got 2 yellow cards total across all the matches from the group stage up until the quarterfinals, he's not going to play for the semifinals. Now imagine a player got 1 yellow card in one group stage match and then waited until the quarterfinals, and then he was awarded another yellow card. Now suddenly he's not going to be playing for the semifinals, right? That was found very harsh and unfair by the audience and the players. And also, a lot of your favorite players and the really good players in a lot of the teams were missing out on the semifinals match, right? And now with the old yellow card rule, there was a single elimination window for yellow cards. After the quarterfinals match in the old rule, if a player had only 1 yellow card in his record, it was wiped out right after the quarterfinals. Meaning when he starts in the semifinals and he only had 1 yellow card, his slate is like wiped clean and we're all good. But if it was 2, you ain't gonna play for the semifinals. Now FIFA was like, okay, that seems a little bit unfair. There's something we can do about that. And this is what they did. When I was trying to learn more about the topic, one thing that I constantly kept being reminded of was the fact that this World Cup is not only different for the sole purpose of more new rules being introduced. It was also different because we're having more teams play. There are more players on the pitch. There were more countries that were taking part. It was no longer the 32 countries. It was 48 countries that were playing in this World Cup's tournament, right? And also, we had an entire round of 32 that was introduced newly into the World Cup. So for them to apply the old yellow card rule is a bit insane. It's even sounded crazier than it did in the previous World Cups, right? Right. So basically, the new rule is simply a player had 2 zones in which he can clear out his yellow card records. One was at the end of the group stage matches, and one is at the end of the quarterfinals. So let's say a player had 1 yellow card at the end of the group stage matches. His records are clean. He starts the knockout stages, starting from the round of 32 up until the quarterfinals, all clean. If he gets another yellow card, a new yellow card, from the round of 32 up until the quarterfinals, and he manages to have only 1 yellow card, his records are clean. Now, you must be thinking, okay, Sumaya, this is actually a good thing. Like, why is there an uproar? Like, why is everybody really upset about this whole yellow card with the teams? I'm going to tell you why, because I found out. Well, class, the problem starts here. Ladies and gentlemen, we have entered yesterday officially the quarterfinals round of the World Cup. In this picture alone, by the way, the country that I'm covering is Belgium right now, okay? So in this picture alone, there are a total of 19 players that already have their first yellow card, even after the first zone of clearing out yellow cards from the group stage. Now, yesterday, we started off the quarterfinals round, okay, with France versus Morocco. 5 players from the Moroccan team already had their first yellow card, and they were playing on edge, including the captain of the team, Hakimi, and their midfielder, Izzeddin Ounahi. Also for the French team, oh, this is even crazier. First of all, Morocco sadly did not end up advancing to the semifinals. France ended up becoming the first team to advance to the semifinals. Now, France had 3 players, essential players that were on the edge yesterday, making sure that they don't get their second yellow card. Olise Barcola and Manu Kone. I hope I'm not butchering his name. And can you imagine all the 3 players got it from which match? All 3 of them got it from the Paraguay versus France match. If you have watched the Paraguay versus France, you would know what I'm talking about. It was such an insane match. And the referee in that match did not end up giving one single yellow card or one single red card to the players from the Paraguay team. Instead, he gave 3 of the French players 3 different yellow cards from that match. Are you following up with me? Now, there is no equal distribution of yellow cards. Now, in England and Switzerland are on edge. 4 of the English players are on edge because they already have their first yellow card. And 3 of the Swiss players have their first yellow card. Argentina, Belgium, and Spain have only 1 player in each team that have their first yellow card. How is this actually fair? Now, because I'm Sumaya, I could not stop my research here. I had to literally spiral and go into deeper research. So I was like, you know what? Let me not look into the yellow cards after they were reset. I want to know what is the total number, including the yellow cards that are currently active right now. I want to know the entire tournament from the first day, June 11th, up until now, a month. How many yellow cards did each team rack up? So basically what I found out is England is at the top with 7. Switzerland somewhere in the second place, I think, with 6. And at the bottom, Norway with 2. The entire tournament, 2. Okay? Argentina, 3. Okay? I was like, okay, that makes sense. But every single time I would see something or an article or a video or anything, a piece of information about yellow cards, the concept of fouls would come. And then I'd be like, okay, but are fouls directly linked to yellow cards? Do they lead to yellow cards? Do all fouls lead to? There was a lot of questions in my head, right? So basically fouls are any physical, if you push your opponent, you trip, you fall, blah, 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 okay? These all come under a foul. And usually, that's why we see the referee, award, a free kick or, the penalty to the opponent team. Now, yellow cards are reserved for more severe, tactical issues, right? And that's why we're seeing, the referee hold up the yellow card. But I was thinking, okay, so the more a team commits fouls, the more likely they are to get more yellow cards. I mean, that's basic math, right? It should make sense. 1 + 1 is equal to 2. No. Norway is sitting at the bottom of the yellow card record the entire tournament with 2 yellow cards and 48 fouls, while England, that is going to be playing against them, has 54 fouls and 7 yellow cards the entire tournament. Norway had 2. 1 was dismissed from the last, basically erasing zone. And England had 7. 3 of them was dismissed, and 4 of them are currently active, putting 4 of their players in danger versus Norway, which is 1 player in danger if they get another yellow card in tomorrow's match. Okay. Argentina, the most liked team this entire World Cup, the fan favorite, has 59 fouls and only 3 yellow cards since June 11th. 2 of them were dismissed. 1 is currently active. I think one of their players. I actually don't know how to read the name, so I don't want to butcher it. But yeah. Okay, I went even further. Class, bear with me, because I'm just a girl. Some of y'all have felt very comfortable to tell me that I belong in the kitchen and women belong in the kitchen. First of all, I would love to say thank you so much for feeling so comfortable to confide in me. But on behalf of all the women, gorgeous, beautiful, smart women like me that belong in the kitchen, before we throw the cooking pan in your face and make sure that you're knocked out to the next universe, we are actually holding our cooking spoons right at your face and asking you just one question. Why in this match was Argentina with 13 fouls rewarded 0 yellow cards? And Egypt on the counter part was rewarded with 5 yellow cards, 1 red card, for a total of only 10 fouls. Not even 1 for Argentina? Not even 1? So with that same logic, and with the FIFA rule, let's say, oh, God forbid, if Argentina did not advance to the next round, which is the current quarterfinals, right? And Egypt did instead, they would have actually suffered just as much as the English team and the Swiss team, right? Because they would have had four of their players, not five, four of the players, because out of the 4 yellow cards that were awarded to the Egyptian team, the 5th one was given to their coach, Hussam. Their reputable, respected coach that held the Palestinian flag so high up, okay, on the pitch. Give that man his respect, okay? But honestly, I will say he did deserve that yellow card, technically, if we're following the rules of FIFA, because as a coach, you are not allowed to, it's an absolute rule, you're not allowed to leave the box, what's it called, and like argue. I think he argued with like the 4th official referee, so he was awarded that yellow card. Let's say, hypothetically, he actually deserved that yellow card. What about the rest of the Argentinian team? What's going on, right? So by now, I'm very sure that you're not actually with me in this argument, because I hope that I actually like slapped the pan directly to your face that you are... I come at peace. I'm a Black woman. I have to pretend like I'm peaceful, right? So yeah, that's all I gotta say, guys. Oh, also, let me double down on this, and I mean this in the most disrespectful way possible. Any person that argues with me about something that we've all seen with our own eyes, i.e. this match, you are spewing Israeli energy. And I mean this in the most disrespectful way possible, because for you to support certain players or a certain team is one thing, but for you to completely deny the entirety of what has happened and what we've all been seeing, because we all watched the same match, you are giving me pure Israeli energy. And don't even deny it. I rather have you look me in the eye and tell me shalom, and I will have more respect for you. Thank you so much, class, for attending my TED Talk. Make sure you like and you subscribe, okay? See you in the next one.